Hello, this is Aisha from the Living Locus. I'm here in a forest that I often come to nearby my house. It is a really beautiful forest and it's close by the Grand River. I'm standing in a spot, a special spot, kind of in the main center and at the kind of the high part of this forest that has a very, very special quality. It has a very soft and feminine quality, and it also has a very kind of quiet and calming quality to it. I just wanted to share the energies of this place with you, so I'm just going to step aside, but I also want to show you an exercise about how you can tap into these subtle qualities in the landscape. So I'm just going to kind of step aside and let you soak in this place. So there is a landscape deva here, and she is communicating with the cosmos. At least that's the sense that I get. She may also have a few other aspects to her. There are other elemental beings who are also here, but they're kind of slumbering as it is winter. And so sometimes in winter, it can be a little bit trickier to tune into the subtle phenomenon in the landscape because the vital forces are not kind of as prominent, right? They're not vibrating as quickly. And so often what I do is I will either tap into the center of the earth, kind of the earth below, especially if I'm trying to communicate with a tree. I will kind of tap into the roots below because there's some more information that you can take in by tapping into the ground below. But just right now, what I'd like to show you is just a very simple exercise to feel the threshold between a a special space in the landscape that you kind of feel connected to, and any other space. So, how do you know basically when you've crossed the threshold into that space? And it's a very simple exercise. What you can do is, and I'll just speak a little bit louder because I'm going to move away from the camera here. So, what you can do is you can hold your hands out and just make sure that you've grounded and aligned. A lot for all of you. This is something that you do normally in your spiritual or practice or your meditation practice. So I'd like you to bring that same practice of breathing into the earth, just sending your out breath and kind of sending it all the way down deep into the earth, and then drawing that earth energy up through your body, up through your spine, and out through your crown, and and send that energy up to the center of the cosmos. And then you can bring that down again and exhale down. The Canada geese are flying everywhere this morning. I think that they're celebrating 2021. So just grounding deep into the earth and really kind of anchoring your body into the landscape. And then inhaling up again through your crown and shooting that inhale all the way up to the sky, and then exhaling back down again. And then what you can do is you can also start to open up your heart space. Now, our heart space is an incredible organ. The heart is an incredible organ, and the kind of field around our heart, kind of 360 degrees around our body, is an incredible organ to sense space. And so now start to, with that connection to earth and sky, now start to expand that heart field. You can go ahead and feed that heart space with love. Think of someone or something that you love. Good. Once that's awakened, you can start to kind of awaken the eyes at the palms of your hands. We all have this sensing power, even if you're doing it for the first time. You'll be surprised at how much you can start to sense after a few days of practice. Good. So opening the eyes on the palms of the hands. And then what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to just start to step across the landscape. I'm going to kind of be out in the field right now. Just once again, stepping across. And what I want you to do is I want you to actually keep the direction in one direction. So just stepping across, but very slowly. And if you need to, you can also close your eyes, because sometimes what we see physically can be distracting, can confuse us, and it's helpful to sometimes close your eyes to sense the subtle phenomenon. Now, for those of you who are seers, I'm not a seer, I'm a feeler and a knower. I mean, sometimes I see, but it's usually begins with the feeling and the knowing. What you can do is of course, you can keep your eyes open if that's how you, if you feel that complements your intuition. So what I want you to do is just, again, with your heart space open, the eyes on the palms of the hands open, just start to sense the subtle qualities of the space. Now, what you can do is you can try different spots, different areas on your property or out in a park or in a forest. I'm just walking very slowly, and just start to notice a change. You may notice a tingling on your hands. You may notice something in your feet. You may notice a kind of general sensation in and around your body, like a kind of a clear shift that you've entered a different kind of a space. You may also start to hear something. Now, nature sometimes brings clues in different ways, like, you may start to get a heightened sense or a heightened hearing for perhaps some birds or animals in the forest, certain sounds, but it may also be a kind of inner hearing. So I just want you to practice this, and you can do this out in your garden. It doesn't have to be anywhere particularly, I don't know, you don't have to go to some kind of sacred landscape or anything, right? You can sense the subtle phenomenon wherever you are outside. So it's a very simple exercise. Again, just, if I were to give you an example, there's an edge very close to here that I can sense the difference between the two spaces, that I sense that I've definitely entered into a different space. So again, grounding deep into the earth, connecting to the sky, opening your heart space, opening the eyes on the palms of the hands. You may feel that you just want to feel with the heart, but I think just to begin with, it's really nice just to be able to walk through. Now, what I've done before too is I've actually walked through an entire forest like this. And it's so wonderful to try that, right? To just quietly, slowly walk through the forest with your hands open. Actually, my hands are getting a bit cold now, so I need to put my gloves on, but then you can start to notice the difference between different zones of the forest or different zones of your property. And just walk slowly and really start to see if you can notice the difference between the spaces. And go ahead and write this down in your journal. It's a wonderful exercise to do, and I would love for you to do this exercise as a jump start to awakening your body, awakening your intuition for the year 2021. We are all walking compasses, and if we're able to really exercise this muscle or organ that we have for intuition, the most incredible things start to happen in your life. You start to notice the landscape and all of its qualities, and especially when it comes to designing or envisioning a new space for your property, for your garden, for your home, for a community perhaps, or a center that you are wanting to create. When you work in this way, then you're starting to tap into the energetics of the land. And this is the new way that I'm working as an architect. I am working in this new way to create the new world with you, and nature is super excited to design with us, and so nature and all of her spirits are a critical part of the design team. So I just wish you a wonderful 2021. Get out in nature, walk in the forest, in your garden, on your property, in a park, without your cell phones for 15-20 minutes, and just see if you can notice the subtle qualities of the landscape. Before I go, I would like to also announce that I have launched my website, so I'd like you to please look at what I have to offer there. I am also taking in a select few for my private design guidance program, and you can access that under Design with me. I'm taking only a few clients who are really committed to creating their sacred sanctuaries, and so if you're wanting to develop one of your properties and wanting to develop it in such a way where you are tapping into the energetics of the land and ensuring that the spirit of the place is happy with the design, and that you really want to work with life-giving, life-filled forms, light-filled forms, and you want to really tap into your sacred purpose and what that means in terms of creating your environment, right? So I guide people through a process, a journey, or a quest, as I call it, for the most optimal blueprint for your property that houses and supports your sacred purpose. And so I'm super excited about it. I am offering a discount until January 14th. So if you sign up and fill out the application form, I will be in touch with you about that. And yeah, if you feel called and if you want to dive deeper into the subtle realms of the landscape, yeah, then just take a look and see what I have to offer. So I am very excited for this new year, and I am wishing you all so much light and love, holding space for you and your visions. Talk to you soon. Bye.